Hi guys, in this video we are going to quickly analyze the editorial of 17th of Jan, which is related to the upcoming budget. So the writer is Jyoti Vij, and she basically argued that the budget must be strategic and it should show the direction of the economy. And she begins with a very strong context that in 2025 India faced major economic turbulence, that US have imposed 50% of tariff on India, and many experts in fact said that Indian economy will shake badly because of that. But what actually happened? It did not collapse, and India remained resilient. But the upcoming budget is the moment to strengthen that growth into sustainable growth. Okay. And the key idea, the writer in fact used a very important phrase here: domestic levers of growth, which means external conditions are not favorable. So India must have to depend less on the outside demand and build strength within the domestic system. So domestic demand need to be improved, domestic system need to be focused on. And she gave a three-part mantra for budget also, right? And that's a clear framework that is related to Capex. That means productive capital expenditure. Most of our expenditure is going to revenue expenditure. So that, you need to increase the capital expenditure, which means asset building and all. Then fiscal consolidation, you need to control the fiscal deficit, which is again a very very big problem. And then de-risk, that means you need to avoid excessive debt traps like you see countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, etc. Right. And she also gives sector wise suggestions. I can talk about defense, clean energy, etc., different sectors. Now starting with defense, mainly you need to improve the capex, means capital expenditure. Right now if you see, revenue expenditure is more, even everywhere it is the same. So defense also, if you see, the salaries and pensions are higher expenditure, but you need to increase the capex, and the target should be at least 30% of defense spending should be on capital outlay. So capital expenditure means it should be on assets like ships or planes or weapons, like that kind of expenditure. Now, the current status, if you see it by 20 last year, 25-26, it's 26.4% of defense expenditure is related to capex. That need to be increased to 30%. So the argument is very clear: increase the capex when it comes to defense. Also, DRDO budget also should rise to 10,000 crore. Okay. And, UP and Tamil Nadu already have defense corridors. So the suggestion is create an Eastern India defense industrial corridor, because Eastern India have a high engineering potential. Then coming to export, defense export. That now right now the private sector is leading, so that is creating an institutional bridge also. Anyway, so the in 24-25, if you see, 65% of India's total defense export is contributed by the private sector. Now by 28-29, the government target is take the defense export to 500 crore. Now, how can you achieve this? You need to have a defense export promotion council. So that's the plan. And then the purpose of this is to basically connect armed forces, manufacturers, embassies, foreign buyers, etc., so that you can increase the defense export. Okay. So the analogy used is like APEDA for agricultural exports. Now, the next part, next sector: clean green energy and critical minerals, and you need to reduce the dependency on China. So the writer clearly highlights the critical minerals for mobile phones and electronic vehicles, EVs, right? Electric vehicles, and like lithium, cobalt, nickel, etc. And India is completely dependent on China. So this theme must keep coming because it's strategic also. And in 2025, India have approved the National Critical Mineral Mission. So the new idea is, you know, tailing recovery program. What does that mean? Mining generate waste, and that waste still contain minerals. Now process the tailing and recover minerals. So budget should support, this tailing recovery also. That is also mentioned. Then the next area is exports and trade. So you need to make exports competitive in a cold global market. Global market is cold. Why? Because demand is low, competition is high. So India must make exports competitive. So what she's talking about is, she focuses on a scheme that remission of duties and taxes on exported products. So the logic is, exporters pay taxes on petrol, electricity, tolls, and these taxes often don't return via GST credits, and it will raise the cost. So this scheme basically refund those embedded taxes. And the current budget mentioned in the editorial is around 18,233 crore. So one of the suggestion is increase it significantly so exporters can compete with China and Vietnam. Now, coming to the next sector, that is services. So she brings up GCC, the global, it's not that GCC, Global Capability Centers. Okay. So, see, MNCs open centers in India for support functions, which means for accounting, for manual work, etc. Okay. So, different centers, they open centers because it is very expensive to operate this from USA. But the challenge is the transfer pricing disputes. For example, Google, right? In USA, it's the parent company, and Google India is the subsidiary. So the subsidiary, what they do is they may exaggerate the service cost paid to the parent. So that the advantage is you will be showing low profit or you will show negative profit in India so that you will reduce the tax liability in India. So the recommendation is government should give clear guidelines and clarity on, so that companies don't fear any kind of arbitrary action, and India also don't fear such kind of tax evasion. So you need to have some clear guidelines on that also. Now, coming to drones, drones are not only for weddings, they are expanding in different areas, agriculture, etc., right? And other sectors also. So, the current PLI allocation, which is mentioned in the editorial, is around 120 crore. So, the suggestion is increase drone PLI to 1,000 crore. Now, coming to finance, the discussion is about related to the bond market, develop the bond market, don't overload banks. So business anyway need credit. So currently burden is mainly on the banks. So the bond market in India is underdeveloped. So the large corporates like Tata, Reliance, they get loan easily, but others struggle. So what is the suggestion is India must have to develop the bond market for wider credit access. Now, next is related to tax dispute resolution. See, it's like justice delayed is economy denied, right? So India is good when it comes to imposing tax, but slow at resolving disputes. Many cases are stuck with, commissioner of income tax, the appeals. So lots of cases are there according to the editorial, and what she said in that is absolutely clear. It's like this: the justice delayed is economy denied. So what is the solution? Start a dual track system, and then small cases you go to the fast track court, complex cases detailed track court. So that way you will be able to finish it off faster. Now, coming to the next one, that is related to custom duty. So you need to fix an inverted duty structure. Inverted duty structure example given the transcript is raw material import duty could be 20%, for example, rubber, raw material. So 20%. But finished product, the import, for example, tire, that cost could be 10%. So as a result, what will happen? The domestic manufacturing become costly, and that will discourage make in India, right? So what you need to do is you need to reduce slabs and align taxes across value chain, and you need to fix a inverted duty structure. So I hope you got the point. When you import the rubber, what happens is tax is 20%, but directly importing tire, then 10%. So which is better, directly importing tire or rubber? Or importing rubber and manufacturing here, or directly getting the rubber tire? So that's why it is discouraging the manufacturers here. That need to be solved. Now, see, the point ultimately is the final message. It's very simple. Budget must be strategic. Budget should not be just a statement of action, accounts, right? It should not be of what we have earned and what we have spent, what are the expenditures, what are the, no, it's not just like that. It should be a strategic document defining where the economy should go for the next 1 year. It should talk about the competitiveness. It should talk about capability building. It should also show that resilience, because see, now we are competing with aggressive players like Vietnam, Indonesia, China. So that's why the budget need to be strategic. So that's about the session, guys. Thank you so much. I see you in the next video.